We have updates on the rape case we told you about last week involving a Northwestern student and a minor.
Keep it here. Ranger News starts now.
Live on the campus of Northwestern Oklahoma State University, this is Ranger 7.
Thank you for joining us today. We start today with an update on the story we brought you last week involving Alejandro Martinez. Martinez appeared with his attorney before the judge on January 29th, and bond was set at $7,500. He paid $750 on January 29th and was released on bond. His next court appearance is set for March 10th at 10 a.m. Conditions of the bond include having no contact with the victim in any way, including mail, email, texting, phone, or other forms of social media.
This past week, SGA held the annual Spirit Week at Northwestern. This is always a highly anticipated week-long event with various activities held each day. They kicked the week off with a free movie night at the Rialto Theater. The first 100 students got in free with their student ID. Wednesday was a pep rally and the student versus faculty game. This year's game went into a triple overtime, and that's something that hasn't happened before. On Thursday, 700 free t-shirts were given out at the Lady Ranger and Men's Ranger basketball game. It was a red alert game, and the stands were packed with red. Also, Thursday was a spirit contest for all student organizations. In third place was the Art Society. Second place was SAC, and for the second year in a row, Alpha Sigma Alpha sorority won first place. Congratulations.
A faculty member at Northwestern was recently awarded with the Campus Kudos Award. Campus Kudos is a public acknowledgement created by the Northwestern Staff Council that applauds the efforts of eligible staff members who have displayed an act of kindness above their job responsibilities. It is an exceptional award for staff members at Northwestern. The Director of Assessment and Institutional Effectiveness at NWOSU, Brooke Taylor, was selected by the Council to be the recipient of the Fall 2014 Semester Campus Kudos Award. Rachel Stort, Event Coordinator and Staff Council Chair, presented Taylor with the award. Stort says, Brooke always has a positive attitude and is always willing to go above and beyond for others. Coming up next, Bruce and Adriana will give us the latest on Ranger sports.
And later, we'll tell you how to take the perfect selfie. Keep it here.
Welcome back. I'm Adriana Becerra.
And I'm Bruce Wright.
Ranger baseball took on Northwestern Missouri State and Regis College in their home opener this weekend. Overall, Rangers went 2-2 on the weekend. With the first game over Northwestern Missouri State, Rangers took a close win, finishing 12-11. The second game was a tough one for the Rangers. Errors played a huge role in the Rangers' first loss of the season. Offensively, it was a great day for Logan Porter, who finished the day going 3 of 4 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and a home run. The last game of the weekend was a doubleheader against Regis College. The Rangers took the first game with a 7-6 win, but ended up falling to Regis College in the second game. Northwestern will be back in action against Great American Conference opponent Southeastern Oklahoma State on February 13th and 14th with a 3-game series.
Northwestern's softball team started off their season this weekend as well, with 2 wins and 2 losses. On Saturday, the Lady Rangers took on Texas Permian Basin, winning Game 1 3-1 and Game 2 4-3. Alora Miller and Shelby Anderson picked up the victories in the circle for the Lady Rangers. On Sunday, it was a different story for the Lady Rangers, falling to in both games against Texas A&M International and Angelo State. In Game 1, Aaron Norrie took the circle and the Rangers fell 9-5. Game 2 was much as the same as Shelby Anderson took the circle and the Rangers fell 5-0. Monday, the Lady Rangers came up short once again to Tarleton State 2-1. Up next for the Lady Rangers, they will head to Pitt State for a 3 o'clock first pitch on February 13th. For more information, visit riderangersride.com.
Rangers men and women's basketball team hosted a doubleheader against Great American Conference opponent Ouachita Baptist last Saturday afternoon. 7 News reporter Travis Harmon-Smith was at Percival Fieldhouse to take in the action.
I'm Travis Harmon-Smith with 7 News Sports. We're here at the one and only historical Percival Fieldhouse for another fulfilling day of college basketball this afternoon, as the Northwestern Oklahoma State men's and women's basketball teams will face another doubleheader this afternoon against Great American Conference opponent Ouachita Baptist. Ouachita Baptist comes in today's matchup with a 3-2 leading series over the men's and the women's basketball teams. Ranger women's basketball will look to improve after a large margin defeat against the Lady Bison of Harding University, who is ranked 20th in the nation according to the NCAA Division II polls. For the men's, they will look to improve on their winning resume after a 1-point win over the Harding University Bison. Reporting from historical Percival Fieldhouse, I'm Travis Harmon Smith, 7 News Sports. Ranger men's and women's basketball hosted Great American Conference opponent Ouachita Baptist University at historical Percival Fieldhouse last Saturday afternoon. It was a week full of Spirit Week festivities, and both squads still had unfinished business against the Tigers. Early on during the first half of the women's contest, the Lady Rangers experienced an early scoring drought, trailing the Lady Tigers in the first 6.5 minutes of play, at the 12:06 mark. After the drought, the Lady Rangers would bounce back in rhythm to take their first lead of the game. However, the Lady Tigers would respond in the later minutes before halftime that would tie it up 23-23 at intermission. In the second half, both teams exchanged efficient offensive production all the way until the last few minutes. A key rebound and a quick 2-point bucket by guard Jonay Isaac would take the game into overtime. In overtime, the Lady Rangers were down 4 to start, but rallied back to defeat the Lady Tigers in a tight one, 63-59. In the men's contest, the Rangers and the Tigers exhibited a fast-tempo battle for most of the first half. However, the Tigers pulled away with a 12-point lead with 5:13 left in the half. The Rangers would then climb back, going on a 9-4 run, which would trim the Tiger lead to 7 going into halftime. The Tigers would come out in the second half firing, which gave OBU a 13-point advantage. The Rangers would cut the point advantage down to 4 with an 11-3 run. The 11-3 run wasn't enough for the Rangers, as OBU's Micah Dove hit 2 clutch free throws in the last minutes of the game, as the Rangers fell to the Tigers in a 1-point heartbreaker, 70-69. Both teams are on the road this weekend in Arkansas as they face Great American Conference opponents Arkansas Tech and Henderson State. Ranger fans, don't forget to tune in always with 7 News Sports for college hoops. Reporting from historical Percival Fieldhouse, I'm Travis Harmon Smith, 7 News Sports.
Director of Athletics Andy Carter and head football coach Matt Walter are pleased to announce a fundraising effort to bring back the black helmets for the Ranger football team. The fundraiser will be called Bring Back the Black, and the football program is taking donations, and here are a few ways you can help at home. You can mail a check to head coach Walter. Checks can be made out to NWOSU football with Bring Back the Black written in the memo. Check should be for $250 for one helmet and $500 for 2 helmets, and so on and so forth. Or visit www.riderangersride.com/RAA to give online. Use the Black Helmet Football Project giving title. To ensure the helmets are on campus for our first home football contest, the football program will need to have all donations by May 1st, 2015. Last week, 7 News reporter Travis Harmon Smith began the first episode of his latest series, For the Love of the Game, featuring the Ranger football program. Let's take a look.
Compassion and love are 2 of the most important elements in which coaches and players exhibit when it comes to athletics. But where did the compassion and love for the game begin? On this episode of For the Love of the Game, we will take a behind-the-scenes look at NCAA Division II football program Northwestern Oklahoma State University and head coach Matt Walter to gain insight on the aspects that are initiated to build compassion, love, and characteristics outside of being just an athlete. Coaches and players from various athletic programs display compassion and love in their particular sport of choice. In addition to being passionate and sharing the love for sports, coaches use positive teaching attributes such as morals and ethics to make their players more characteristically sound outside of being the typical athlete. From a coach's perspective, head Ranger football coach Matt Walter explains the essentials that goes into coaching compassion, and love, and also the characteristics in his instruction that many of his players will take with them at the closure of their athletic careers.
I think it began, when I was young, playing the game, in the backyard with my dad and family members, and then, obviously from there on into high school and college, all my coaches and teammates and just the camaraderie that you share, that same bond of going through something that's difficult, and the love to play the game, but the love for your teammates. I think the values and lessons that they learn, in football, carry over well into the real world, from dedication to work ethic to discipline to being, having high morals, to understanding how to deal with other peoples from different backgrounds and so forth. I think it translates really well, being a part of a team of, upwards of 100 people.
With compassion and love comes time management. Being an athlete at the collegiate level, time management can become very rigorous when it comes to academics and being accountable for mandatory obligations. Ranger football members Jordan Norris and Zachary Doyle explain in detail their passion for the game of football and what characteristics football has taught them individually once their athletic careers come to closure.
My love for football in 7th grade. I always played ever since 3rd grade, but 7th grade is when I really started coming into my own and really started learning how to be a teammate and everything. Because when I was young, I was just playing to have fun, but once I got to junior high, I figured out being a part of a team and a part of a program. So that's when the love for the game started. Football collegiately has taught me to get along with people from all kinds of different backgrounds, all different ethnicities, and just to get along with a bunch of different people, and it's taught me how to always handle adversity, that there's always going to be a brighter day. You have your bad days and your good days. You just got to fight to the bad one to get to the good one.
Well, the love of the game started back in elementary when my mom pushed me through sports. Basically fell in love with through high school. Taught me how to do everything better. Be a leader and everything. So that's basically where it's taught me to be a better man. It's taught me to be one of the best leaders I can be, connecting with teammates from all around the world, just, fighting through whatever with my brothers.
Reporting from the campus of Northwestern Oklahoma State University, for ESPNU Campus Connection, I'm Travis Smith.
Thanks, Travis. For more information regarding Ranger sports, check out www.riderangersride.com.
That's all we have for sports today, Ranger Nation. Tune in next week.
Winner of the 2012 Lady Antebellum a cappella contest, Breath of Soul, performed at Northwestern last Tuesday. Coming straight from Nashville, Tennessee, Breath of Soul brought a little taste of what a cappella really stands for. The all-vocals, no-instrument group consists of 5 members: David Kempton and Beck Martin, tenor, Jesse Upa, baritone, Tony Marks, bass, and Jack Black, vocal percussion. The music selection had a vast range of genre, from Michael Jackson to Jason Mraz. The group even sang some original pieces. A favorite amongst the crowd was a song called 50 Years. It was written for one of the members' grandparents' 50th anniversary. The original 3 members, David, Jesse, and Tony, met in college and later moved to Nashville, where Beck and Jake later joined. The group performed for Rascal Flatts, Lady Antebellum, and other big-name bands. You can visit their website at breathofsoul.com or like them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.
If you began school here in the traditional fall school year, you may have attended the Ranger Preview. This preview has only been available in the fall, but now Northwestern has come up with a preview for students transferring in the spring. The preview will be called the Transfer Showcase and will be held March 7th, 2015. This day will allow you the chance to tour the campus, get to know the university, meet faculty and student organizations, and get all your questions answered firsthand. Just like the Ranger Preview, the Transfer Showcase will award a $500 scholarship to all transfer students that intend to go to Northwestern. Registration will be from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the Wyatt Room located in the Student Center. There will be a welcoming ceremony from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. located in the ballroom on the 2nd floor of the Student Center. From 11:30 to 1 p.m., you'll be given the chance to browse the student organization booths, and lunch will be provided. Campus tours will begin at 11:30 a.m. as well. And starting at noon, Ranger baseball and softball games will begin.
A women's basketball star, a standout baseball pitcher, and a state coaching legend will comprise the class of 2015 in the Northwestern Oklahoma State University Sports Hall of Fame. Debbie Holmes Chappelle, Fred Schamberg, and Milt Bassett will be enshrined in ceremonies on Saturday, February 21st. The 23rd Hall of Fame class will be honored at a luncheon in the Student Center Ballroom at 11:30 a.m. and formally inducted during halftime of the men's basketball game versus the University of Arkansas Monticello later that afternoon in Percival Fieldhouse. Holmes, a native of Dover, was a star on the 1980 through 1981 women's team that was ranked number 1 in the nation during the regular season and finished with a 21-22 record. She averaged 9.4 points per game that season. Holmes finished her career playing in 115 games and scoring 839 points. Visay native Schamberg played baseball from 1978 to 1982 and is the all-time career leader in victories and innings pitched. In 1979, he won 11 games and established a school record for victories in a season. He also fanned 79 hitters in that campaign. Bassett is a native of Woodward and showed great ability during his freshman season in 1964, scoring touchdowns as both an offensive and defensive player. He shined as a wingback and kick returner for his sophomore season before a knee injury ended his career. He went on and became a legendary high school football coach in Oklahoma and is executive director of the Oklahoma Coaches Association. The luncheon is open to the public, but reservations are required by February 12th. Tickets are $20 per person, and for more information or to make reservations, please contact John Allen at 580-327-8594 or jwallen@nwosu.edu. Thank you.
Have you ever wondered how to take a selfie? With the access of taking a simple photo and posting it directly to the internet, the selfie world has taken over. According to adweek.com, people between the ages of 18 to 24 post over 1 million selfies a day. That amount continues to grow, and with the same do's and don'ts should be taken into consideration before making a picture viral. The list of do's when posting a selfie are as follows. Post pictures that do contain A, a new outfit, B, a picture of family and friends, C, a picture of you smiling and being happy. Do not post pictures that contain A, all your assets, B, illegal actions, and C, sympathetical intentions. With all these do's and don'ts, the biggest thing to think about is how to post a day. Keep them to a minimum and don't blow up the internet with a play-by-play. Do you take a lot of selfies?
I'm not sure that I take a lot of selfies, but the do's and don'ts, I think there's a lot more do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
I think selfies can be a little excessive, but once every now and then, I think it's okay.
There's nothing wrong with a selfie now and then, but just keep it discreet. You know,
so too.
We don't have to see everything. But anyway, so upcoming events. Do you have anything coming up?
I do. The Northwestern Foundation Executive Committee meeting is meeting in Coronado Hall from 7 to 9 p.m. coming up.
Okay.
Also, the OSSAA vocal contest in the Student Center Ballroom on the 24th. It's from 8 to 5 p.m.
And our OBI 2-day blood drive on the Alva campus, it will be in the Student Center in the Wyatt Room on the 18th and the 19th. And the theater production, Blow Me Up Jesus, starts on the 19th and the 20th, and it starts at 7:30 p.m. And on the 21st, it starts at 2.
Good deal. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us.
Be sure and tune in next time for another look at Ranger News.